Tracy Lachenauer. Tracy, thank you for meeting with us today. Could you explain a little bit about your program?
Absolutely. Our center opened in 2002, so we're going on 10 years in business. Our center is licensed for 103 children, ages 6 weeks to 12 years.
Can you tell us a little bit about the role that Child Care Connection played in your program's process of preparing for and applying for the quality rating system?
I can tell you that the Child Care Connection has been very instrumental since the very beginning of our business. The Child Care Center that we were opening was a new venture for us. We had never worked in child care before. I had never done anything like that, but in this area there are no child care centers, there are no options here in Mackinac, and so we wanted to give our community something that they could be proud of and also have a place to take their children and feel safe that they were in good care. So we started out calling the Child Care Connection, asking them if they could help us find information about demographics and about the different children and their ages, as well as how to go about opening a child care center. And the administrator at the time sent me a booklet that talked about opening a child care center. It was very helpful. It gave us so much information that told us the different steps and the order to take those steps, as well as contacting the Department of Children and Family Services, the different agencies that we needed to be working with, and how to go about it. So that was really helpful. Along the process, as we've worked with the Child Care Connection in all kinds of different ways, including writing grants for the Quality Counts system, and more recently going through QRS, as you asked. The quality rating system is such a great program for the state of Illinois, environmental ratings for our classrooms. And honestly, we'd never been through a training at the time, so we probably didn't do the best job. But it was first an eye-opening experience to kind of help us look at our center from a different perspective, from the child's perspective, from the parent's perspective, as well as from individuals who just come in and they're just looking into the classroom. So it was really nice to be able to do that. And then we found out that the Child Care Connection actually offered classes for learning about the rating scales for classes. Once we had learned about how to actually do an environmental rating system and look at our program effectively, utilizing the tools that are available in the books for ECHRs and ITERs, it was really helpful because we got a better idea of where our program actually stood. So once we knew, okay, these are things that we need to be working on, we were able to call the Child Care Connection, and they sent us an infant toddler specialist. They sent us at times a nurse consultant to come into our program to look at the program and just to see where we were at and to give us input about things we could do better, things that we could improve on. Our goal has always been to have the highest quality center we could, and that's not always easy when you're talking about privately funded tuition and as well as a lot of state subsidies. Trying to make improvements and raise the quality that's in your center isn't always easy, so it was very helpful to have the Child Care Connection kind of hold our hand in a sense. There were many times that they would come in and tell us things that maybe are hard to hear, like this classroom, the walls need to be painted and the environment it's too distracting, or things like you don't have enough blocks or you need more manipulatives. So those types of things, even though it's a little bit hard to hear it, it's good and it gives us a better idea of where to go from that point on. So they helped us continually through that, and then as we were preparing for the QRS visit, we actually, we were so nervous to have that happening, and we called the Child Care Connection, and they said, when you're ready, just go ahead and give us a call and we'll come in and do a mock visit with you. And they actually did that. That was fabulous. They came in and they spent time in the classrooms. They scored our rooms the way that the evaluators would have done using the tools. And then they sat down with us and explained to us what we could expect as far as things that we could improve on, things that might help us get a Child Care Connection we probably could never have done as well on our pass score. But our pass score was actually phenomenal, so I was really excited about it.
And your program received an overall score of a star level 3?
Yes.
And so in your future, with your program improvement goals, how do you plan on continuing to utilize the Child Care Connection?
Well, one thing that we've never done is go through the NACCE accreditations for the National Association for the Education of Young Children. So that's one thing that we would like to do. We received a score of 3 because in order to get a NACCE accreditation, there's quite a fee involved, and so we plan to be using the Child Care Connection to apply for professional development dollars. So that's one thing. Without that, I don't think that we probably would even look at going for the NACCE accreditation. Our overall goal is to reach a 4-star. Right now I think there are 2 in the state. There may be more at this point, but I know that it's been pretty far and few between. So we'd like to be one of those centers that does have that rating. Also, we're expanding our programs, so we're planning to open another center in Morton, Washington, Metamora, and just surrounding areas. So we're really excited about that and the way that Child Care Connection can help us in the future.
Well, thank you for meeting with us, Tracy, and we look forward to continuing to collaborate and support you.
Slides that slide into the taller areas where they could fall off of, and they're stored underneath the bridge on the other side. So you pull them out and slide them in so the younger kids can play on it too. So if there's no platforms that are too high